Gurmagad. Well, I'm going to do a most uncharacteristic thing for a politician. I'm going to directly answer the questions with direct answers. The first one is what appropriate territory for the mayor? I would think the whole of County Dublin. The relationship, what relationship should exist between the mayor and chief executives and councillors of the four local authorities? I mean, if the four remain as they are, clearly the role of a directly elected mayor would be leadership and coordination. I think that's the clear responsibility. Should we think about the replacement of the four local authorities with a regional authority and with 12 to 15 constituent municipal district councils? I don't know if that was addressed at the earlier part of the day, which I was late for, so I'm not sure about that. But in terms of replacement, we need to be open to looking at different structures. We in Sinn Féin supported the idea of the directly elected mayor back in 2014. Unfortunately, as we know, the four local authorities by a majority didn't accept it. But we supported the idea of a regional assembly drawn from the current local authorities, but we'd be very open to reform in the structures. And the last question, which I think is the key question, what relationship should exist between the mayor and central government, public agency, etc. We do support the idea of directly elected mayors, but for us the key question is decentralisation of powers and functions from central government to local democracy. That is the be-all and end-all. If we do not have powers and functions and funding decentralised with real power for local democracy, then the question of structures, whether that's a directly elected mayor, an executive mayor, or the council remaining as it is academic in our view. If the powers and functions are not there, that is really central to the whole thing. Just to touch briefly on Colm's reference to the north and what happened in the 6 counties there, I think that there's a very interesting scenario opening up. We're looking at a whole new scenario with Brexit and so on, and I think local government and local democracy can play a big role in that. I was very interested in the comparison between the powers and functions that local government has in the north as against the south. Very different powers. They're both disempowered, but the powers they do have are quite different. So we need to look at coordination between north and south in terms of local government, and that means more local democracy in our view. Sinead.